Hello, it's Teacher Carrie here, and today I want to share with you a research-based activity that you can use to help support your students who are struggling with phonics in VIPKID. So let me give you some background information on myself. I've been with VIPKID for 6 contracts now, and I've taught around 4,700 classes. But professionally, I've also earned a bachelor's degree as a special education teacher, a master's degree as a reading specialist, and I've completed an endorsement preparation program to add teaching English as a second language to my teaching license. And the thing to know about me is that I'm very passionate about teaching students how to read. I do think that the VIPKID curriculum does a great job of covering the 5 areas of reading. Those are phonics, phonemic awareness, vocabulary, reading fluency, and comprehension, with reading comprehension being the ultimate goal of reading. But occasionally in VIPKID, you'll find a student or two who is having difficulty reading consonant, vowel, consonant words in class. And if they aren't able to read those words, it's very difficult for them to read sentences and stories in the lessons. So you might be wondering how you can support those struggling students. So I've just created a little page over here, and I want to share with you an activity called word chaining. So I'm not going to get into the specifics today about the differences between phonemic awareness or phonological awareness and phonics, but I do just want to share with you an activity that you can use either during the phonics sections of your class or on that blank slide at the end of the lesson. And what we want to do here is just focus on substituting out one sound at a time and building words. This helps show the student that they can focus on the letters and sounds and how they work together to create words. So what I want to do is just focus on some easy concepts first, and then we'll move into some more difficult concepts that you might choose to use as you continue working with a particular student. So what I'm going to do here is just pick a word, and I always like to start with a word that has the short A sound. So of course a nice one for that is cat. And what I will do is just have the student say the word, say each sound, and then we're going to focus on just substituting out one sound at a time. So this is how it might look in my class. I'll say cat, k-at, cat. Change cat to hat, h-at, hat. And you might do the writing for the student, or you might just erase that letter C and have the student write the letter H there. You want them to really hear that sound and figure out which letter is attached to it. Then we can continue, just focusing on the very first sound in the word right now. Change hat to pat, p-at, pat. Change pat to sat, s-at, sat. And you might just do 3 or 4 words with just changing the initial sound. And you can make this activity a little bit harder by then having the student change just the final sound in the word. Change sat to Sam, S-am, Sam. Only one M will do. Change Sam to San, San. And it's not important that you use real words for this activity. It's actually another level of difficulty to use nonsense words or words that are not real, because that really has the student focus in on the letter and the sound and not memorization of the word. From here, we can make it even more difficult by changing the medial sound in the word. So we might say change san to sun, s-un, sun. Change sun to sen, s-en, sen. And again, I'm using some nonsense words here because I really want to see that the student is listening for the sounds and attaching them to the correct letter, not just memorizing the spelling of particular words. This activity is really great because it addresses both phonemic awareness, which is phonemes are the smallest unit of sound in a language, and phonemic awareness is the student's ability to manipulate those sounds. So in this particular activity, we are doing some substitutions, but there's other ways that you could do this as well, where you might say change sen to n, n, and have them delete that first sound. Or we could say change sen to ness, n-s, ness. And in this one, we're kind of doing a reversal, where we're flipping the beginning and final sounds in the word. So it will really just depend on the level of competency of your student and how far you want to take this activity. For me, this maybe takes 1 or 2 minutes at the end of the lesson just to support my struggling students, because I want them to see that just by changing one sound in a word, they have access to reading and writing a lot of different words. And of course, we could also do this with letter combinations or digraphs. Like we might say, this is the word shot. Sh-ot, shot. Change shot to slot. Slot, slot. Change slot to snot. Snot, snot. And there we can focus on our letter combinations. So we can really make this as easy or as difficult as we need to for each student. And when I'm making this word chaining activity, I'll just take a little note card and write down 5 or 6 chains, because I want to make sure that my chains work out, and of course that I don't spell any inappropriate words while I'm in class with my student. So we might change snot to shot, change shot to shop, and again, we can focus on just changing those initial, final, or medial sounds. We could do this activity all just with hearing and not have any letters at all. We could do some rhyming with it. Tell me a word that rhymes with cat. Hat, bat, sat, mat. Or tell me a word that rhymes with hot. Not, caught, bought. And you can see there that it's not important that the student knows that caught is spelled like this. What we're focusing on is just the sounds in the word, which is k-ot, caught. So I hope this little phonics activity helps you support your students who may be struggling with using phonics skills in class, and let me know what are some activities you like to do to extend the lessons. I hope you have a great day teaching, and I'll see y'all later. Bye!